Want to learn how to colour your drawings but not sure where to start? Let's get started. I use 4 layers when I colour. The first that you can see me doing here is the flat colour layer. This is the layer that you use as a foundation to layer down all of your solid colour before adding shadows and highlights. The second layer is the multiply layer, which I use to add shadows onto all of my pieces. I always use the studio pen when I'm colouring, and on the multiply layer I play around with the opacity but usually use it somewhere around 30 to 40%. It may be different for you, but this is just what I found works best for me when I'm shading my pieces. All you need to do is colour pick the colour that you've put down on the flat colour layer and a shadow is instantly created. This is definitely the easiest way that I've found to add shading to my pieces, and it's such a lifesaver and time saver. And by colour picking from your flat colour layer, you get the perfect shadow colour every time. The third layer that I use is the add layer, and this is what I use to add highlights. I do exactly the same thing that I did on the multiply layer and just pick the original colour from the flat colour layer and draw on top, and it creates a highlight. I think multiply modes are definitely the most underrated thing when creating illustrations, as it literally does the work for you. You don't have to spend time wondering what the perfect highlight or shade and colour is, because the multiply mode already does it for you. The final layer is to add details, and if you'd like to see this, let me know in the comments. But for now, I hope this helped.